Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. This is MazezRealm once again, and welcome to yet another episode of my series, The Arsenal for Call of Duty Ghosts. And on this episode, I'm going to be covering the very unique FAD assault rifle. And what makes this weapon unique in real life is that it's actually a Peruvian bullpup assault rifle that has a very interesting feeding system. The magazine is actually not on the bottom of the stock, but it's actually kind of on the left of that stock, and it enables the weapon to maintain a high rate of fire with added accuracy. So it has a very unique system to compensate for recoil and allow the shooter to have all of its shots downrange and on target. Really interesting things about this weapon in real life, and I could go on about it for a long time. But in game, it's actually a very unique weapon as well, because it has the highest rate of fire in its class, and it also has one of the best ammo capacities in its class as well. The only downside to this weapon is the fact that it's a low damage assault rifle and that the range is mediocre. So that is one thing that you should keep in mind when using this assault rifle. However, these attachments will help you a lot. And the first one is the silencer. And this is really not going to affect the range of the weapon at all, because of the fact that it's a low damage weapon and it doesn't have that much range. So just keep that in mind when equipping this attachment. The holographic EOTech sight is going to help with the added bit of range, and also this attachment has a very unique property to it as well, and that is that it has a damage fall off readout display, so that it actually shows you when you're dealing the most damage downrange to your target, and that is something that will really help, especially when using the FAD. Now for our perks, we have got Ready Up, Scavenger, Sit Rep, Amplify, Focus, and Fully Loaded. Now, Fully Loaded allows us to use this weapon in a very unique way, and that's just using suppressive fire as our main tactic, because we really won't run out of ammo, and it has a nice size magazine as well. And then we've got the silencer, so we won't give away our position when playing that way. So be very aggressive with that. Now our strike package is the Assault Strike package, and it will feature the Guard Dog, the Sentry Gun, and the Battle Hind, and this really works well with this loadout. You will just tear the enemy a new asshole. It's amazing. So now let's move on right into the gameplay here, and it is of a team deathmatch on Octane. And right off the bat, I want you guys to see how useful this EOTech sight is. You can clearly see that the reader is displaying the damage that I'm dealing towards that enemy, and nothing was obstructing that damage profile, and that's why I got that kill so quickly on that enemy at such a long range, even with a low damage assault rifle that has limited range. So the EOTech sight is very underused, because a lot of people don't see the benefit of using it. They'll just throw on a red dot sight and think that it's good enough. But that's why the EOTech sight works so well with this FAD, because not only does it increase the range of the weapon, but then it suits the suppressor very, very well, and that's why this loadout is so much fun to use in public matches. Now, I want to talk a little bit more about the FAD in Ghosts, because it gets a really bad rep, and the reason for that is because if you guys played Modern Warfare 3, you would have remembered that that's when the FAD was unveiled for the first time in the Call of Duty franchise, and it was not very well received, to be completely honest. And the reason for that was because it was an absolute piece of shit. You literally needed to use almost an entire magazine to kill 1 or 2 people, and it just had the lowest damage in its class, and the rate of fire was very high, but the muzzle flash was so much that you would just lose your target, and it was just an awkward feeling assault rifle, and it really did not perform well. And it underperformed so much so that Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer patched the weapon so that it had a little bit more damage, and then it was more usable, but still didn't really fit the role of the AR class very well. So it got a bad rep, and then going into Call of Duty Ghost, a lot of people probably thought that the FAD was not going to be an effective weapon because it was such a piece of shit in Modern Warfare 3. But I'm here to tell you that Infinity Ward did a really good job of making this weapon really good in the role that it's meant to play. And that is a assault rifle that feels somewhat like an SMG with the handling and the rate of fire, but has a little bit higher range, and it really performs well. It really does. Not so much in game battles, for example, because you're really going to want to deal the most damage you can at a longer or medium range, but it performs very well in public matches because it's not only underused, but if you master the weapon, you will have a lot of fun with it, and it's a very effective weapon to use. So that's a little bit about my opinion on the FAD from when it was introduced in Modern Warfare 3 and how it is here in Call of Duty Ghosts. They also did kind of decrease the rate of fire a little bit, and that's a good thing because they also added recoil to it. So it balanced itself out quite a bit, and it also still boasts the highest rate of fire in its class. So still a very fun weapon to use, and don't be afraid of using it, and especially of using it in this configuration because it's very, very effective. Now let's move on to the gameplay here a little bit more. As you see that I'm using this weapon to the best of its abilities. Close quarters combat and medium range as well. Also, I will engage a target at range if the reader is displaying that I can deal the most amount of damage at that range. If I can't, and there's something obstructing it, I try not to even engage. Even if I have a silencer, I'm not going to engage at all because of the fact that I'm not going to get the kill, and since I don't have sleight of hand, I might get caught reloading the weapon when I do find someone that's in close quarters combat. And that's a really stupid way to die. So keep that in mind. Don't engage unless if you think you can actually get those shots on target and get the most damage on your opponent and kill them as quickly as you can. So that is a tactic that you should definitely use when using the FAD. What a cool weapon this is, and I really hope that you guys are not only enjoying the gameplay but will enjoy this loadout as well. It's really a unique weapon. No other game features it, and it's really cool to be able to equip unique weapons like this and have fun and keep multiplayer in Ghost unique every time you play it. And that's what the whole reason for these episodes of the Arsenal is for. You just tune in, get this loadout equipped, and then it's like you're playing a whole different game all over again. It's a lot of fun. But if you guys did enjoy this loadout and the gameplay, please be sure to leave some feedback in the comment section below. Let me know if you found success using this loadout and this kill streak setup as well. And if you did, be sure to state that in the comment section below. Also, if you enjoyed it, be sure to drop a like. That really helps me out with feedback. That will determine whether I change up the loadout style that I have and cater it a little bit more to your guys' liking. So that's basically how I determine what episode to air and then how to make the next episode. So it's up to you guys to make these episodes better every single time I air one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, that will wrap up this gameplay, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I will catch you guys on my next video. Have a great day or evening. Peace.
Nice work, team. Well done.